Okay, so for the online, hope my voice is clear for you. Can you please confirm me? Okay, so in the last session, we have seen the concept of workspaces, S3 backend, as well as Terraform locals. Okay, so in today's session, I'm going to start the concept of meta arguments. What we are going to start? So meta arguments are going to be one of the important concept in Terraform. Okay, the first meta argument is going to be count. But before that, wait, let me take the input from the online guys. Online, are you able to hear me? Can all of you confirm in the chat box? Okay. So I think like you are able to hear online. Fine. Okay. Fine. So we can start. First one is going to be count. Sir, all of you know what is the purpose of using count, right? Tell me what is the purpose of using count actually? To create the identical objects, correct or not? See, for example, if I want to create same object for the multiple times, I can use something called as count. Okay. So what I'm doing is here, I'm trying to create the servers. Okay. I'm just going with the servers. So name of the server, I want to give it as, for example, dev server. Which server I want to give? Let's say. So whenever I put a count is equal to 2, what will happen here? I'm going to get 2 servers. Let's take 3. I'm going to put it as 3. So Terraform init already first time done. Terraform plan is not required. Directly I go for Terraform apply. So now once if I go Terraform apply, ultimately how many servers will I get now? 3 servers. See, count is going to create the identical objects. Identical objects means all the objects need to be same. 1 second, let me remove the subnet ID because I'm just going for default subnet, so this should not be here. Okay, so it is gonna create 3 servers. 3 servers will get same AMI ID, 3 servers will get same instance type, and 3 servers will get same name. But sir, for example, I want to create 3 servers, but 3 server need to get 3 different names. In that case, how I can do? Server 1 need to get dev server 1, server 2 need to get dev server 2, and server 3 need to get dev server 3. So this time, objects are not identical. You are having only one difference. So server name should be changed. In that case, what we can use is, again, we can use count argument. Let me go and show how it is going to work for you. See, I have 3 different servers. What I have used is count here. Okay. Are you getting 3 servers here? Dev, dev, dev. All 3 are like identical or unidentical here. So what I'll be doing, so I want to give the name as dev1, dev2, dev3 server. So in that case, how I can do? Sir, whenever you create the servers with same configuration, you are going to separate the servers from index numbers, correct or not? If I use Terraform state list, what is the index number of server number 1? Server number 2 and server number 3? 2. So what I'll do, in the main.tf, simply I'll go and change like this. Okay, dev server, I'm gonna change like this. Count.index. What I'll be taking here? Count dot index plus 1. So if I use this, what will happen, automatically I am going to change my server names here. See, if I use Terraform, apply one more time. So now server names are going to change here, okay? If you go and see, previously my server names are dev server, dev server, dev server. I want to give the numbering for my server. So if I click on refresh, are you seeing dev server 1, dev server 2 and dev server 3? So how it is exactly working? So now listen here carefully. Whenever I open the main.tf, here dev server is common. The reason why I am using count.index is, let me tell you. For example, here dev server 1. Wait guys, let me take the pen. So dev server 1. Okay, it's on black color. So dev server 1 means here index number 0. Dev server 2 means index number 1 and dev server 3 means index number. What I am adding for index, I am adding 1. So 0 plus 1, what is the value? So dev server 1 means it is dev server 1. So again 1 plus 1, what is the value? 2. 2 plus 1, is it matching or not, sir? So I am asking for the index number, add value 1 for each and every server. So automatically it will become dev 1, dev 2, dev 3 like this. So in this way, what we can do is we can be able to simply create the servers with identical as well as with different numbers also. So is the concept of Terraform count clear for all of you know? Clear or not? Online, can you please confirm me? Is the concept of Terraform clear for all of you or not? Why it is so minimized? The chart option is, this WebEx is not good. Looks why? Because I want to scroll each and everything to get each and every response. And I need to give approval for everyone. Okay. Anyways, fine. So next year, I'm going to teach you the concept called for each actually. What I'm going to teach you? For each. So let me go and tell you like how for each is going to work. Why it is not moving? Yeah, here we need to start. So here we do have. So first of all, we have seen the concept of count, sir. Is count clear for all of you know? Yes. So after count here, I am using count is to create the identical objects which is having same, as well as I shown you how to add the different numbers for the servers also. So next year, for example, now you have a requirement. What is the requirement, you know? Sir, I want to create 3 different servers. Server name 1 will be dev server. It requires T2 medium. Server 2, test server, it requires T2 large. Server 3, private server, it requires T2 nano, for example. So if I want to do what I can, which concept I can use? TFVARs. But without help of TFVARs, we can do this topic. Okay. Let me tell you how we can do is, first of all, let me destroy them. Because if I destroy them, I can show you very clearly. I think all of you know the concept of variables, right? Variables. Same concept I'm going to use, but with the help of index number, we can able to do what exactly we want. That means for different servers, we are going to do, deal with the different configurations. So now the resource got destroyed. What I'll be doing, in the main.tf, simply I'm gonna take, okay. See, what are the things you are going to take it as variable? My instance type should be variable. Why? Because for different servers, I want different instance type. So put var dot, what you need to put, sir? Correct. After that, you need to put var dot instance name. See, this variable name can be anything. You can take instance name, or simply you can take name, or you can take server name. Variable is up to our choice. We can take whatever you want. Now go here and give var variable. What is the first variable, sir? Instance type, right? So just to give instance type. So here I need to write simply default. What I'm gonna write? Default. What are the instance types you want, sir? T2 medium will be first one. I mean, sorry, T2 micro will be first one. T2 medium will be second one. T2 large. That's it. So after that, coming to the second variable. What is the second variable here? Instance name. So I'm writing instance name. And here, what are the values you want to pass? Default is equal to, I need to pass dev server. First one will be comma, second server will be test server. Third one will be prod server. Server. Okay. Now see, sir, here simply you are defining the variables dev, test, prod. And here also default I am giving for T2 medium, T2 micro, and so on. So now the first question here we need to understand is what kind of variable it is. Is it a string variable or not? Type of the variable. What is the type of the variable here? String. Correct. But here string I am passing in the list format. Which format? So I need to put list of string. That means here T2 micro is a string, T2 medium is string, and T2 large is also a string. But I'm passing multiple values, right? The list. So that is the reason why I need to call it as list of string. But again, we already know basically type is not mandatory. Even though if you ignore that one, that's completely fine. But remember, whenever you are seeing multiple values, so you need to call it as list of string. Correct. Sir, now here, just go and understand. First server need to get T2 micro. Second server need to get T2. Third server need to get T2. That means how the instance type need to come in based upon index number. Correct or not, sir? So put here, I want to get the instance type based upon index number. So put to count dot index. Okay. Similarly, I want to get the names from the variable called instance name. So again, I need to put count dot index. So now see what will happen. Just to use Terraform FMT. So I have given formatted in the main.tf. Now you are having count as 3 servers. How many servers? And one more thing here, basically I'm removing the count actually. I don't want to give the count. See, without a count, if I do, what will happen? See this one now. Just to give Terraform apply. What is happening here? Count object can be used in the module, but have a given count? No. So if you don't use the count, so ultimately it is going to give you an output. I mean like result as a wrong. So what I'll do here, simply put count is equal to sir, don't give the count directly 3. It is the one way directly you can give the count 3 and another way also you can do. Let me do it. So let me give Terraform FMT one more time. and run Terraform apply now. See what will happen. Is it creating my 3 servers or not, sir? So if you don't define the count, Terraform will be on confused state. So how many servers need to be created? That is the reason we need to give. For the first time I haven't given count. Second time I have given the count or not, sir? Yes. Now see, we'll be getting 3 servers. Dev server will get T2 micro. Test will get T2 medium. Prod will get T2 large. Just go and verify here. And I'm going to filter the running servers only. Prod server is getting which one? T2 large. Correct. And the test server is getting T2 medium. And dev server is getting T2. Sir, is our configuration running properly or not, sir? Now tell me, instead of using Terraform TF vars concept, simply can we use the concept to create the multiple resource with multiple configuration or not, sir? Which one is better to use? TF vars or this concept of counter? Count. That's it. Here the ultimate game changer is count.index. If you want to take the values from variable.index, variable.instance type, take the values from the index point of view. First value will be T2 micro, second value will be T2 medium, third value will be T2. Similarly, if I want to give the name for my server, take from the index value. Index means first one will be dev server, second one will be test, third one will be third. So is the concept of Terraform count clear for all of you here? Yes or not? Online, can you please confirm me, is the concept of index clear for all of you or not? Array, how to maximize this one? This is bad. Very, very, very bad. See, like if I want to get the response, I need to scroll up. But I'm getting only one by one. Zoom is the better option. Okay. So next, from I'm not sure who is his name. Clear, sir. But if count is equal to 5, how it will take? Even though if you give count is equal to 5, it will take values from the first 3 only. But because how many values you are defining? It will create only 3 servers. Even though if you give count 5, it won't take the rest of the values. Hope it is clear for you. So now after create, now just destroy this one. So it is done. So the next one I'm gonna teach you is about for each. What I'm gonna teach you? So here for each is going to start. Sir, in interview, they are going to ask you a difference between count and for each. What is the difference between count and for each means? Count is to create the identical objects. Count is to create the, but for each is to create the unidentical objects. Okay, let me show how it is going to work. For example, here, what I want to do, this is very simple, what we call syntax to explain the for each. Example, you are creating EC2 instance. What you are creating? AMI is common, instance type is common, tags is common. Here, for all the servers, AMI is common. For all the servers, instance type P2 micro is common. But here, am I using for each here? What for each is gonna do is, it is gonna take the multiple values. Are you seeing multiple values? And coming to the name of the server, what is the first value here? First value will become dev server. Second one will become test. Third one will become prod. That means for each will pass the multiple values. Okay. So after passing the multiple values, here if I use each dot key, one by one, the values are going to come, as well as the server name is going to be dev server test and prod. So like this we can use. Of course, if you want to pass instance type also, you can pass instance type also. So it depends upon our choice, like whether to pass instance name or instance type. But here am I passing instance type or instance name, sir? Name. So let me go and copy this one. If I go here. So now I don't want the variable blocks here. I'm completely removing the code. I don't want variable block here anymore. Just to copy paste this one. So again, I'm creating which resource here? AWS. Is AMI common for all servers? Instance type common. Coming to the tags, if I want to give name, I want to get the name from each dot. What is the meaning of each dot key? What is the first key here? Dev server. So automatically first server will get AMI, instance type T2 micro, dev server. After that, again it will go to the starting of the loop. Again, what is the second value here? AMI common, instance type common, test server. Again the loop will go to the start. So dev done, test done. What is the remaining thing now? So AMI common, instance type common, and name of the server will be. So it is going to iterate like a loop until the values has been done. The loop is going to continuously iterate. But what is the best thing is here? Am I defining how many servers I want here? No, I'm just passing 3 values. How many values? Automatically my 3 servers will create. No sir, if I pass 10 values, how many servers will create now? The difference between count and for each is in count, we will be defining the number of servers we want. But in for each, am I defining the number of servers I want? What I'm defining here? Values I'm defining. What I'm defining? How many values are defined, that many servers will come. And count main purpose is to create the identical objects. Here with the help of for each, I can create the unidentical objects. So if I go and execute this one, just to give Terraform apply, what I want to give? So if I go back here and if I click on refresh, how many servers I got here? Dev, test, and prod. Now what I do, if I go to main.tf and if I try to add the 4th value, okay, I'm adding the 4th value here. Just to put comma, UAT server. Which server? So now ultimately what I do, if I try to play now, ultimately new server will come or not, sir? Are you seeing new server is coming now? This is the difference between count and for each. Again, I'm repeating, in count, if you don't define how many servers you want, it won't create the servers. But for each, without defining the number of servers I want, depending upon the values I'm passing, is it creating the servers or not, sir? So this is the primary difference between count and for each. Again, count is to create the identical objects. For each is to create the objects with a different configuration. Simply or identical, we can talk it as. That's it. So now if I go here and if I click on refresh, automatically I am getting the server call UAT like that. So now is the concept of count and for each not the complete clarity for all of you now? Yes or not? Okay, online, what about you guys? Huh? It will work. Even if you want to take, it will work. Yeah, it will work. Sridhar, which is not up to the rate? Are you asking about WebEx or like which one? I'm not sure. Okay. If you don't give count.index at the name, what will happen? You will get the output, Raja. Definitely the ultimate result is gonna be output will be wrong. But like why? Because my Terraform doesn't know where to take the names from and how to take the names from. Okay, it will give the random names and it is going to fail ultimately. And can we use for multiple for each? Basically, if you wish to use, you can use it on different blocks actually, Rajesh. For same block, it is not recommended, but for multiple blocks, resource block, you can use it. Sir, if I want to define instance type, how can I define? Just to use the same concept. Take a variable block, define the instance types. That will work for you. Hope it is clear for you, Raja? Yep. So now in the meta arguments, we have done with the first two concepts. So let me open the Terraform meta arguments. Basically, first of all, I need to tell you the concept of for each depends on. I missed it somehow. So is count done for all of you? For is done for all of you? Now here, first one depends on. Basically, I forgot to tell you. Now I'll tell you what is depends on. Okay. The meaning of depends on is nothing but one resource creation is going to depend upon another resource. Let me tell you. I'll going to create two resources here. So I'm gonna give it as Raham server. Okay. Second one, I'm gonna create a bucket. What I'm gonna create? Let me tell you the pure subject how it is going to work. AWS S3 bucket with the label. You can take whatever you want. Okay. So here I'm gonna give bucket is equal to dummy AWS bucket. I have given some wrong like random name. Now just to go into, first of all here, sir, in the main.tf, which code I have written first? Instance code. Second I written bucket code. If I run Terraform apply, which one will create first? It is wrong. First of all, bucket will create. Which one? I'll tell you behind the scenes how it is going to work. Which one got created? Why bucket got created? No. See, Terraform will have a lot of underlying subject. Let me tell you how it is going to work behind the hoods. Behind the hoods means behind the scenes actually. First of all, the moment if I write Terraform code, while creating the resource, first of all, Terraform will calculate the time. How much time required to create server and how much time required to create the bucket. So ultimately, if I want to create a server, by default, if I want to create a server, the least case will be 30 seconds. How many seconds? But bucket I can create within 1 to 2 seconds. Now which one can create quickly? So Terraform will create the resources which is going to create very quickly. It doesn't matter if you give 100 resources. Terraform will analyze all of the 100 resources and which resource will create quickly, that is going to execute first. Point number one. And point number two is, whenever Terraform is trying to execute the resource, it is going to check the dependency. It is going to check the dependency means here I am creating how many resources? 2. S3 and EC2. Sir, in S3 and EC2, these are having dependency to each other? No, these can create individually. But what I can do, I can add the dependency between both of them. What I can add? Dependency. Now, how do I add the dependency? Let me show. First of all, let me destroy them. So remember, Terraform will create which resource first? Which check least time. Okay, and how Terraform analyze the time? Inbuilt function. Terraform has a inbuilt function which will analyze everything. Okay. See, destruction also, first one which got destroyed? Bucket. Terraform will first start destruction both at a single time. But which one will destroy? It is going to destroy first. Which one will take more time? It will destroy later. Remember, Terraform will create all the resource at the same time. It will start everything at the same time. Okay. But the resource which take less time, it will create first. Okay. Remember this point. Now see what I'm going to do is vim main.tf. Here in the EC2 instance, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the depends on. See, you can add the dependency from resource to bucket and bucket to resource. What I'll do, I'll go for the bucket. For the bucket, I'm going to add the argument called depends on. What I'm writing here depends on is equal to, now I'm writing like this. Sir, if I want to create my bucket, first of all, I need to create the AWS instance with label name 1. I mean, sir, 2, fine. 2. That's it. Now, simply, if I run Terraform apply, see what will happen. Now, first, which one need to create generally? Bucket. But now, which one is creating first of all? Is bucket creating now? Bucket won't create. Why? Because I said to bucket, if you want to create, first of all, server need to create. Okay? Until the server create, you don't create. You wait for some time. If you go and see, bucket will not create and bucket won't even start also. In the first example, server and bucket both are creating at same time. But is here bucket creating first? No. No. Why? Because bucket is having the dependency of instance. That means if the instance created, once the instance got created, then only my bucket is creating or not, sir? This is what we can call as dependency, external dependency. That means simply we can call as explicit dependency. Which dependency? Explicit dependency is nothing but when a resource is depending upon another resource to create, then that is what we can call as explicit dependency. So is the concept of Terraform explicit dependency clear for all of you? Yes or not? Online, can you please confirm me? Is the concept of dependency clear for all of you or not? Clear. Fine. And there is one more question from interview point of view. In Terraform, how many type of dependency we have? We have 2 type of dependency. One is external dependency. That is called as explicit. Which one? Explicit dependency means one resource is going to depend upon another resource. And we have implicit dependency. Implicit dependency means, let me tell you, example in the last class, if you go and see, here I am using subnet. What I am using? Subnet. That means if I want to create my server needs subnet ID. That means subnet need to create first or not, sir? This is what we can call as implicit dependency. Which one? Implicit dependency means if you don't write depend on, depends on, still your resource is depending upon another resource. That is called as implicit. No, sir. If I write depends on, then that is going to be explicit. That is the only difference. Very, very important question from the Terraform certified exam. I got this question on the exam. Exact same question. How do you differ between implicit and explicit dependency? First of all, they will give a diagram. In that the diagram, they will write the code. And they are going to ask me, which one is this? Implicit dependency or explicit dependency? Now from this example, how can you tell whether it is explicit or implicit? If I write depends on, that is called as explicit. But if I don't write depends on, but still my resource creation is depending upon another resource, then it is called as simply just to follow one blind thing. Remember only explicit. If you are saying depends on, that's it. Nothing to worry about remaining thing. So is the difference between implicit dependency and explicit dependency clear for all of you? Online, can you please confirm it? Difference clear for all of you or not? Explicit dependency means when we use depends on. And second one, implicit dependency means when we don't use that's it. Great. So in the meta arguments, depends on done, as well as count to done, as well as for each also done. So are this clear for all of you? Great. So now I am going to teach you one of the important concept in the real-time point of view. Okay. That is called as prevent to destroy. What I can call as, let me tell you. So again, I'm destroying now. So I'm using Terraform apply, sorry, Terraform destroy. See again, which one will destroy first? Bucket or server? Server. Why? Because here server is depending on bucket, but which one got destroyed, sir? I don't know, server or bucket? Bucket got destroyed first. Why? Because while creating only it will follow the dependency, but while destroying it won't follow dependency. Is the logic point clear now? Okay, depends on working on while creating the resource, but while deleting the resource, it won't work actually. Okay, it can delete individually. So depends on done, done for each done. Next one is going to be provider. Guys, providers is going to be a very big concept, which I'm going to tell on tomorrow session. It will take a lot of time. That is the reason I'm going to tell on tomorrow session. So in today's session, the last part of meta arguments are nothing but life cycle. Life cycle is going to be very interesting topic. Okay, so let's see how it is going to work. VIM main.tf. So generally what you do, sir, whenever if you create a resource, if you don't want that resource anymore, you can destroy or not, sir. But I don't want to destroy my server. I never ever want to destroy my server. In that case, write life cycle. I'm going to use prevent to destroy. Prevent destroy is equal to. Now what will happen, whenever if I write Terraform destroy, now my Terraform is not going to destroy this server. Why? Because in the life cycle, what I have put here, prevent destroy. Life cycle is nothing but the behavior of your resource. Whenever if you want to modify the behavior of any resource from Terraform, in that case, which concept we are going to use? What is the first life cycle I'm using? Prevent destroy. Now, first of all, let's create the resource. After creating, if I try to destroy, see what will happen, okay? Is it created now? Now I'll try to destroy, see what will happen. See? What is happening? So it is telling that, hey man, you are trying to destroy the server. But unfortunately, the server is having the life cycle policy. Which policy? That life cycle is telling me to prevent the destroy. So you cannot destroy the resource. That means we can change the behavior of Terraform or not, sir. So by default, whenever if you create any resource, it is able to delete itself whenever we give destroy. But if I want to protect my server from being destroyed, I can use the life cycle prevent destroy. So instead of true, if I put false, what will happen here? It will destroy. Okay, it is a Boolean type. Boolean means either you have true or false, only two. Is it destroying now? So this is the concept number one from the Terraform life cycle. First of all, what is the purpose of using life cycle, sir? Life cycle is nothing but it is going to change the resource behavior. You can see the resource behavior page describe the general life cycle of a resource. Okay, that means by default Terraform will have a resource behavior. Okay, the lifecycle main goal is to change the resource behaviors. Okay, resource generally when we give destroy, it need to destroy, but instead of destroying, I'm just stopping it or not, sir? That means am I changing the default behavior or not, sir? Correct. So is the concept of Terraform prevent destroy clear for all of you know? Correct. All in what about you guys? Is it clear for all of you know? Can you please confirm? Definitely, like I'm not sure your name. It is showing 2-1 like some random name. Okay. So definitely okay, Vikrama, fine. So Vikram, you can restrict like this. But if you want to restrict, first of all, you need to create the resource and then go to the console and then you need to click on enable termination protection. Okay, every time you cannot do it, right? It is one of the other way. Of course, you can do it for server. But for example, for bucket, do you have termination policy? See, in AWS EC2, let me tell you, in AWS EC2, if I don't want to delete my server, okay, in the instance settings, what you can do, you know, settings, are you seeing the termination protection here? Let me select this one. First of all, I need to select this one. If I go and see in the security, sorry, not instance settings, here I can go. Are you seeing the change termination protection here? So by default, even though if I enable termination protection here, if I click on enable, nobody can able to delete the server. Same thing is doing by Terraform. He's asking, sir, instead of using Terraform, can we do like this? Of course we can do. But this option will be supported for only few resources. We can support this option for EC2 and RDS. But for example, for bucket, we don't have this type of protections. Bucket will go directly. Then how can we do for buckets? We cannot do it for load balancer. But what can we do for load balancer here? Is the logic clear? So every resource in AWS console will not have termination protection. Only few resources we have. That is the reason we are using Terraform for it. Hope it is clear for you, Vikram. No? Yep, fine. So next one is gonna be ignore changes. What is the next one here? Ignore changes are nothing but, let me tell you. First of all, I'll go here vm main.tf. Sir, by default, what will happen, you know? Let me delete them. I'm deleting the complete life cycle. See, I'm gonna create the server. Apply. Sir, by default, Terraform will have two states. One is current state, second one is desired state. Which one? Desired state is nothing but what you write on the configuration file. In Terraform main.tf, what I am writing is called as desired state. Desired state is simply your code, sir. Current state is nothing but what is running on your console. Okay, let me explain with a diagram for you. So here, it is my main.tf. It is my Terraform file. Whatever the code you write in the Terraform file is called a desired state. Which state? Sir, if I execute this one, I am going to get a resource on cloud or not, sir? So in cloud, I get a resource. What I get? That is called as current state. Which one? So this is the difference. So desired state means what you write on the code. Current state means what is running on the cloud. See what will happen. It is one of the important concepts for Terraform interview question as well as Terraform exam also. The same question I got again in Terraform exam. Let me tell you. Example, in the desired state, you write the configuration and you apply and you got the output on the cloud. Now your current state and desired state both are matching or not, sir? But for example, manually, a person is going to change the name of my server. Where he is going to change? He is going to change on the console. Where is going to change? Let me go to the console. Currently, what is the name here I have given? What is the name? RAM server. In my state file also, in my Terraform state file also, what is the name here? RAM server. A person after creating the infrastructure, a person is going manually and is going to change the name as RAM server to ABC server. Which server? Now what will happen automatically? The server name got changed or not, sir? Is it changed on current state or desired state? Current state. Now see, even if I apply Terraform plan or Terraform apply, anything is fine. You can use plan or apply. Now automatically Terraform will bring it to desired state only. Which state? That means the name is going to override. Instead of ABC, I'll get the RAM. If I go and click on refresh, what is the name of server again? Again, I go and modify the RAM server to some other server. So I'm going to take it as lucky server. Okay. Now what is the name of the server here? So again, the modification is done on current or desired state? Current state. Now, if I go and run Terraform plan or apply, is it going to get back to desired state or not, sir? That means by default, if a person modify the infrastructure manually, okay, if Terraform is going to run apply, again it go back to previous state or not, sir? This is the point number one. So current state is nothing but what is running on the cloud. Desired state is what is running on the main.tf. Now which one will have always high priority, current or desired? Desired state. Which one? Now if I go back, again the server name changed to lucky to RAM server. If I click on refresh, are you getting it to RAM server or not, sir? So first of all, my point number one is the difference between current and desired. Clear for all of you? Online, can you please confirm me is the difference between current state and desired state? Clear for all of you? Okay, fine. So remaining guys try to be respond. Why? Because I'm teaching you lot of concepts which is not a part of your syllabus. If you don't respond, then whom I am teaching for? Why is the need for teaching me? So try to give response online, okay? Why? Because your response give me the clarity whether you are able to understand the concept or not, okay? Fine. So next here, what exactly I'm trying to give is, sir, whenever if a person manually do any changes, I don't want to get the changes. In that case, what we can do, you know, I can go and implement the life cycle called ignore changes. What I can use here? Life cycle. Okay, I'm going to use something called as ignore changes. What I'm going to give? Ignore changes. So ignore changes, I'm going to put all. What I'm going to put here? All means if anybody change anything on the Terraform, don't give it to me. Just ignore all of them. So it's going to look like this. Let me get Terraform FMT now. Cat main.tf. So it is going to look like. So now Terraform will understand, okay, if I do any modification for this resource, ignore the complete modifications. Now see, currently my current state server name is Raham and desired state is also Raham. But instead of Raham, again I'll go for lucky server this time. Have I modified the infrastructure manually or not, sir? Now if I run Terraform plan or apply, now see what will happen. Oh, wait. Here I need to remove this all. Give me a second in the main.tf. Are you seeing the braces here? Basically, this need to be go actually. Wait. If you go and are you seeing the all here? By mistakenly, I have given the braces. Why? Because see, when to give the brace means whenever you are having multiple values, then you can use brace. But I'm not having multiple values, na? So brace is not required. Okay, fine. I use Terraform plan or apply. Anything is fine. You can use plan or apply. So now if I go and see, am I getting any changes? Why? Because it completely ignored the changes. It completely. You can go and clearly see here, the name of the server is what here? What is the name of the server? Lucky. Previously, when I ran Terraform apply, it need to come back from Lucky to ROM server. But now, here what I am doing, I am ignoring the changes. When I ignore the changes, is it going back to the desired state now? So this is the concept of ignore changes. Whenever a person by default, see, I am explaining on a diagrammatical way one more time. So listen, it is my Terraform configuration file. Okay. Whenever I create any resource on the cloud, okay, a person manually modified the resource. A person manually modified the resource. Okay. By default, Terraform is going to bring back from current to desired state. But when I do the ignore changes, even though if I modified the resource manually, is Terraform caring now? Terraform will not care. Why? Because what we use it here, ignore changes. So this is the concept of ignore. But in real time, we don't use ignore changes for all resource. For some resource, we can use. But Terraform always recommended to go for desired state only. Remember, always high priority will be given to desired state. But if you don't want to care about desired state, you can use ignore changes. In the notes also, I have written the same thing. In the notes, if you go and see, ignore changes. Whenever we do any changes to the infrastructure manually, if I run Terraform plan or if I run Terraform apply, the values will be taken from the state file. And if you want to ignore the manual changes to my infrastructure, we can use ignore. Here I have given note point. It is manually used, sorry, it is mainly used to ignore the changes applied to the infrastructure. If you apply the change to existing infra manually, Terraform will completely ignore the changes during the, that means whatever I explained on the diagrammatical format, I have given on the text format here. That's it. So online is the concept of ignore changes. Clear for all of you now? Can you please confirm me once? Online? Okay. Great response. Fine. And the next thing is going to be here, create before destroy. Which one? Let me tell you the easiest point of view. By default, let me tell you one thing. So here I already have a resource. I already have a, let me destroy the resource first. Sir, a server, when you change some properties like by default, if I change a name to my server, server will not recreate. Or if I change the instance type, server will not recreate. If I change EBS volume also, server will not. But whenever I change the server AMI ID, it is going to recreate, sir. Whenever I change the server AMI ID, it is going to recreate. Okay. But before that, first of all, let me tell you the symbols in Terraform. In Terraform, you are having mainly 3 symbols. How many symbols? First symbol is minus. Minus is nothing but deleting. Okay. And if you see something called as plus, plus is nothing but creating. Minus is deleting and plus is deleting and plus is creating. Okay. But if you are seeing something called as tilde symbol, which symbol? Tilde symbol means modifying. That means ABC is modifying as RAM, like that. So only 3 symbols will be there in Terraform. Either plus to create, minus to delete, and tilde to update or modify. Okay. So what I'll do, I am going to create a EC2 instance now. So which symbol will come now? Plus symbol. Are you seeing plus symbol now? After creating, I'll modify some properties. Now which symbol I get? Tilde. Okay. So I'll modify T2 micro as T2 medium and I'll modify name to ABC server. See now? So it got created plus symbol. So now what I'm going to do is intentionally I just want to modify. Okay, so I'm removing the ignore changes like lifecycle. I don't want to remove this one. Intentionally, I'm going to change the name of RAM server to ABC. Or like anything is fine. You can put whatever name you want. So instead of T2 micro, I want to go for T2 medium or anything is fine. So now whenever on Terraform plan, so automatically values are going to modify. Why? Because desired state is T2 medium. Sorry, desired state is T2 micro, but we need to go for desired state only. Are you seeing the values are modifying now? Why? Because see again the concept. Here we have two states, current and desired state. First of all, in the desired state, I put T2 micro desire. So current state got T2 micro only. Later in the desired state, what I put here T2. So again it is going for desired state or not, sir? So it is practically proven current state is always greater than. So again I'm explaining. Okay, in the current state, that means in the file. Sorry. First of all, desired state. In the file, what I put T2 micro. Okay, micro. So I got the server of T2 micro only. So it is desired, it is current. Both of them are matching. But after that, instead of micro, I put what here? Medium. Now automatically this instance is also going to modify as T2 medium. Correct. But sir, whenever I'm modifying my server name or whenever I'm modifying my server name or instance type, is it recreating the instance or just modifying the values? Modifying the. But whenever if I try to change the AMI ID, see what will happen. Currently I'm having Amazon Linux AMI. But in future, I want to replace the AMI as Red Hat AMI or Ubuntu. You can take any AMI. I'm taking Ubuntu here. Copy it, paste it. Sir, now see, which one I'm modifying, AMI or like any other properties? So whenever if you try to modify the AMI, first of all, server will delete. And after that, it is going to create. So remember, by default property of a server, whenever if you modify any important configuration, first of all, it will delete the server, then it is going to. Are you seeing, first of all, it is destroying or not, sir? After destroying only, then only it is going to create the new server. I want to change this behavior. First of all, whenever I modify the AMI ID, I need to create a new server first. Then only I need to delete the old server. So in that case, can we reduce the downtime or not, sir? Why? Because see, after modifying the property, first of all, server is destroying. So new server will take some time to come. So user will lose the access for application or not, sir? So what I do, instead of deleting the server first and creating the new server later, first of all, I'll create new server. Okay. And later I can delete the old server. Now in that case, my user will get the server very speedily or not, sir? So this is what we are going to do now. See, by default, Terraform is going to destroy. Then only it is going to create. How much time it took to destroy? And for creating again 40 seconds. That means almost all we lost the server for 80 seconds. Here also I written the same point. If you want to recreate any object in Terraform, first of all, Terraform will destroy the existing object, then it will create the replacement of the object it is created first, and it is going to destroy the. That means if I use ignore changes, it will create the replacement object. That means new object first and existing object later deletion. Let me show it for you. Here go and see in the main.tf. I am writing a new rule called lifecycle create before destroy. Create before destroy is equal to. See, already I have a server. Now what I'll do, let me go Terraform FMT. So now what I'll do now, so I am trying to change the AMI ID. What I am trying to change? Now I'll give the old AMI back. Remember, I'm not deleting the server. Without deleting server, I'm doing it. Okay. Give the new AMI ID. Now again the AMI ID got changed. That means server is going to recreate or not, sir? By default, whenever if the AMI ID got changed, server will delete first and new server will create later. Now see what will happen. What is happening? Is it creating a new server first of all here? That means have you changed the default behavior or not, sir? So this is how you can change the default behavior of a Terraform. By default, whenever if I change the AMI ID, it will delete first. It will delete the old resource first and it is going to create the new resource later. What I am doing now, I am doing opposite. I am creating the new server first and removing the old server later. So by this way, my users will get the server very speedily or not, sir? This is what we can call as create before destroy. So by this, our complete meta arguments has been wrapped up. Okay. So in the meta arguments, first of all, we discussed about depends on is nothing but one resource case is depending upon another resource. How many types we have? Two, implicit and explicit. Explicit means if I give depends on, that is explicit. Implicit means if you don't give depends on, that is implicit. Coming to the count, why we used to give the count? Count is to create the identical objects. Okay. And for each is to create the identical objects. Next, provider is a separate big topic which you are going to see on tomorrow's session. Okay. Coming to the life cycle. Life cycle main purpose is to change the default behavior of a resources. So for example, if I don't want to delete my resource anyway, which one I can use? Prevent destroy. Prevent destroy will not delete my EC2 resource anymore. Sir, I want to ignore the changes which is made manually by the user. What I can use? Ignore changes. Sir, I want to create the resource first before deleting. What I can use? Create before destroy. So this is the concept for today's session. So now before going for doubts and queries, is the concept of meta arguments in today's class clear for all of you? Complete clarity what? Okay. Alan, can you please confirm me how's the class for all of you today? Can you please confirm me in chat box? Clear. Fine. That was a great response, Alan. Thank you. So now I'm going to upload the notes for you so you can take the notes and you can practice this. Okay. So the provider's concept is going to be seen from tomorrow's session. So like our course started on which day, sir? Exactly at the May month, right? I think so. Where? When? 29 May. So almost all it's been like more than 2 months, right? 29th May means June, July, 2 months done. Okay, it's almost all like we are into the third month actually. So the first question I want to ask for all of you is, how you felt about the course? Is the course really satisfied for you? Way of teaching, concept, subject, everything satisfied? Yeah. Oh, upper level. Okay, fine. Okay. So now basically, I just want a small favor from you. So the thing is here. So if you go to our Narrative website, okay, so there will be a section called reviews actually. Okay, let me go ahead and show this one for you. If I type Narrative new campus, in the Narrative new campus section, here if you can go ahead and see, here are you seeing the reviews actually? Okay, so in this review, basically you can see for DevOps you are having almost 63 reviews. So these are completely like from my students only mostly. So the only thing that I'm expecting from you, from your end, is just to give a review. Okay, so it will take only 5 minutes for all of you to give the review. Okay, but even though that 5 minutes review is going to be very, very important for me. Why? Because whenever if new student is trying to join on our course, first of all, he is going to see the review. Based upon that review only is going to join. Okay, you have seen the way of teaching and the way of patience and dedication I'm having from the day one to till now. Of course, we are having some other concepts also, which is not a part of your syllabus, but still I'm trying to cover for you. So the only expectation from my end for all of you is just to drop a review. Okay. So please open your mobiles and give a review now. Okay. Why? Because this is going to be helpful a lot for me in the upcoming reviews. Guys, listen here carefully. While giving the review, please mention the course what you have taken, DevOps, and please mention the trainer name. That means my name. Okay, Raham. Why? Because if you don't mention both of them, that review is not going to be valid under DevOps actually. And try to give at least 4 to 5 lines of reviews. Some people will just put simply good, fine, awesome, and like this. Okay. Please drop at least 3 to 4 lines of reviews. And coming to the stars here, if you're satisfied with the course, if you are happy, just to give 5 stars. Now, if you felt it is average, just to give 4. Now, if you felt it is not good, just to give 3. So completely up to your satisfaction. Okay. Just open your mobiles and type Naresh in new campus. You will get the review section. Just write a review. And online, I'm giving the same link for all of you. So please open your chat box and drop a review here. So if you give it now, so I'll be very happy for you. Great. Sure, Kiran, definitely. Definitely will get that one. Just click on the link what exactly I have given in the chat box. So you can get a Naresh new campus like this, okay? And remember guys, please mention the course name and trainer name and write at least 3 to 4 lines, okay? And just drop down some important points like how I taught you Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform. Basically, these 3 are very in-depth tools, but we are learning it very easily. Just mention how the tools I taught you in a simplest way, okay? Mention about Docker, Kubernetes, and Terraform, like how you felt about them. Online, are you able to write a review from there? Is the link opening for you? Can you please confirm me once? Online? No, like I'm asking online, like, are you able to write a review from that? Like, is the link opening for all of you? Can you please confirm me? Simply in Google, you can type Naresh Shetty new campus. You can directly go for the review section. Okay. In the top, you can see the review section, guys. After typing Naresh Shetty new campus, in the top side, you can see it. And one humble request is please don't copy paste it. Huh? Okay, just write on your own words how you felt about the tools, like especially Docker, Kubernetes, and Terraform. Okay. Basically, these 3 are very difficult, but just explain how easy we have made it in the class. So if anyone is done with the review, just let me know. Okay, take your time, just give it. So if anybody is done, let me know. Online from your end also. If you're done with the review, just let me know. Okay. I hope everyone from the online is going to give the review. Most of the times offline will give major reviews, but from this batch, I'm expecting from online too. So I got a review from Wajid just now. It's you, huh? Then I'll check it. How to? You, you can directly type on post there directly. You get an option. So Wajid done with the review. Siraj done. Okay. And Tejas also done. Sure, sure. Take your time. We have a lot of time. Just take your time and give the reviews. It's completely fine. Okay. So online, like how many of you done with the reviews? Can you just drop me a message? If you are done, just put the message as done. Like I'm seeing most of the response from offline here. So Tejas, I got your review. And Sridhar, yeah, I got your too. And Akshay, I'm checking yours. Right. Yeah, Akshay, I got your too. Thank you, Akshay. Done? Okay, I'm checking it. What? You are just giving a like signs for me, Siraj, but I'm not able to understand what you are trying to tell. Basically, I was waiting for Tapas review. I think he is writing some paragraphs. I got everyone, but apart from Tapas. Okay, let's see what he's gonna write. What he said? Huh? Ah, with your heart, huh? Okay. It's not with heart, it's from heart actually, okay? From the bottom of the heart. Ah, sure, sure. I'll definitely I'll check your review, Tapas. Sure, okay. Okay, so I expect every online guys has done with the review. So if you haven't done, so just please try to provide the review by tomorrow. Okay, I'll check the reviews of everyone. Okay, why? Because your reviews will be matter for me as well as the people who is going to join in the upcoming batches. Why? Because if somebody want to join in this session, first of all, they need to get some confidence. If you provide your experience of learning for me, then they'll get some confidence. That is the reason the reviews are going to be matter for the people from the upcoming batches. Okay, that's it. So I hope the session was clear for all of you today. So if you haven't done with the review, just done with the review. So let's meet on tomorrow's session with some new topic. Have a great day. Well, thank you. Thank you online and thank you offline.